Hello everybody, it's your boy Proftrof and we're back again with another video. This is weird facts about the male body because YouTube seems to think that I need to watch this video like now because it's been suggested 5 million times to me.
With it,
So
and
let's
it'll
go,
stay with
YouTube.
you for the rest of your life. You look
Wow.
at it every day and you never get bored of it. It gives you intense pain and gives you immense pleasure.
Can't I?
Sometimes when you look in the mirror, you're reminded that it doesn't last forever. You go on Instagram and you compare it with other ones, sometimes hoping you can change it, obscure it, give it a bit of a makeover. But whatever your body looks like, it's a marvel of engineering. It's actually almost difficult to comprehend. In the words of Shakespeare, the human body is unlimited in thinking,
Should we be talking about the body and not the cock?
admirable in its shape and movement, angelic in action, godlike. Today, you're going to see just how your body is infinitely amazing. You might have heard that women are stronger than men when it comes to surviving disease, and also in many other ways.
That's true.
But when it comes to brute force, men on average win hands down. But do you know why that is? It's said that on average, men's upper bodies have much more muscle mass than the average woman, as much as 75% more. Men have stronger lower body strength too. They grip harder, they throw harder, they punch harder, and they run faster. And we'll say this one last time, on average. We've all just accepted this as a fact of life. But what we
Yes.
don't ask is why? Why shouldn't women have
fuck?
evolved to be just as strong or stronger than men? Well, scientists say men evolved to fight. Men are designed for combat. In some of the natural
Okay.
world, females are very often bigger than males, but that's because
True,
they're designed to carry
hyenas.
lots of eggs. It's different for land-dwelling.
Wait, elephants don't carry... What? Elephants don't
Some of
carry
the natural
eggs.
world, females are very often bigger than males, but that's because
Wait,
they're designed to
wait,
carry
show a
lots of
picture
eggs.
of an
It's
elephant.
different for land-dwelling vertebrates,
They don't
which
carry-
includes humans. Those males evolved to be bigger due to competition
don't-
with other males regarding finding a female
okay.
to procreate with. All this
That's-
fighting over
seems
females
like
in
a
the
bitch.
past has led to men being more violent overall. Men are responsible for something like 80% of violent crimes,
Wow.
while the prison population, at least in the US, is made up of 93.2% of men as of April
Damn.
2021. Are men just naturally
Jeez.
violent? It's like this, according to one scientist. Men are not more violent because they're stronger, but stronger because they've needed to be more violent over evolutionary history,
Makes
which
sense.
has shaped male psychology in all sorts of ways. So never mind how puny you are, you've been designed to be a fighting machine. But what about the brain? Do men have a different kind of brain? Okay, so we're walking on thin ice even bringing that up. We don't want to offend anyone, so we'll
Oh
need you not
my
to shoot
god. They're putting a disclaimer.
messenger. If you're a scientist and you say that men and women's brains are fundamentally different, you might be accused of neurosexism. But quite a few studies have shown
Neurosexism.
that men's brains work better at completing spatial and motor tasks. They might look at a puzzle and have to think about how a shape can
That's also true about chess. Like, men on average are way better at chess than women. I'm not sure why, but if you look at the ratings and stats, it's
be
insane
manipulated
how
to
much
fit
of a
it in the
difference
right
there is
hole.
there.
And according to those studies, men will on average be better than women at this. Still, other scientists have called this a myth and indeed a kind of neurosexism. So the jury is still out on that one. One
Bro, I don't know how much I can trust a term called neurosexism.
thing we do know for sure is men's
Neurosex-
brains are bigger, but that doesn't have any effect on intelligence. Men might have bigger parts of the brain for a reason, but again, this is still a controversial issue. Some studies have found that the parts of the men's brains are bigger which are associated with the survival instinct and reacting to stimuli. Women might have bigger parts of the brain that are related to language and emotion. Okay, so now we think we should get down
They sure do talk a lot.
to business and talk about that heavy subject of
Sorry,
the male
sorry,
phallus.
sorry,
The penis,
sorry.
as your doctor will refer to it.
The
It's a pretty
cock!
amazing thing to behold, even if it sometimes gets in the way of having a quiet life.
No.
First of all, it's
Just
a
touch
hard
it, bro.
worker. It even does the night shift. Did you know that
What?
the average man will get 3 to 5 erections during the night, often lasting as long as
Damn.
30 minutes? What's up with that? It's not as
Damn.
if you need it in your sleep. The medical term for this phenomenon is nocturnal penile tumescence, something we imagine you'd never say to your partner after she asks what that pressure is on her leg. Don't worry, darling, it's just nocturnal penile tumescence.
Yeah, it is.
Basically, you get wood when your parasympathetic nervous system is stimulated. Sights, touch, memories, even sounds make this happen. Arteries in your pecker dilate, blood flows in, and hey, presto, you got liftoff. The penis is
Liftoff,
not
baby.
a muscle, by the way. It's been described as more like a sponge that gets bigger when it fills with blood. When you're sleeping, much of your body might slow down, but the parasympathetic nervous system is still switched on. You aren't getting a stiffy because of dreams and because of that leg of your lover. It's just the fact that your nervous system is functioning well. Why it happens, other than that, is still a mystery to science. One scientist
Hey,
said nighttime
you hear that? If you're not getting erections while you're sleeping, you're fucked up. Something's not right. Go check
Erections
yourself.
serve no purpose
How would you
whatsoever
define that?
and are merely a byproduct
you
of the
know?
nervous system. So don't worry about it if every time you wake up you feel like you have a Toblerone stuffed into your underwear. Okay, so now to the question you all want answered. Is there such thing as a grower and a shower?
And a
Do some men walk around with great big dongs while others walk around with a lip balm in their pants? Well, just remember that a lip balm can almost double in size with a bit of rubbing. There are such things as growers, and studies have proven it. If you have a lip balm
that's your boy.
John
Come
Thomas,
on.
it's very likely you'll grow a lot more than the guy with the flaccid Toblerone. One study showed that out of
That's me. Listen, I ain't a shower, but I'm a grower.
770 men with small flaccid willies, their growth
It's
was
not that small.
86% when fully erect. Meanwhile, the bigger boys only showed a growth of 47%.
Damn.
Basically, things even out when men get down to business. As the saying goes, don't judge a book by its cover. Scientists say you cannot assess the size of a man's wiener until you see it in all its glory. Some studies have shown that about 80% of men are growers
Science,
and the rest
baby.
are showers. Sticking
Whoa.
with subjects that make people blush,
80 to 20%? Damn.
you might not know that men have a G-spot. Yep, just tunnel about 2 inches into the rectum and you'll find it there. It's at a place called the perineum between the scrotum and the anus, and with a bit of pressure, not too much, it can be activated. It might also be stimulated when you're taking a poo, giving you the feeling of poophoria. There are cases of men having what's
This motherfucker said
of poophoria. There are cases of men having what's been called defecation-induced orgasms. Dropping the kids off at the pool can be ecstatic, but usually they'll have to be at least one very big kid. You also might not know that men can produce milk and so can breastfeed. Yeah, that's true. Although the man might have to take some hormonal drugs. In 2002, there was a guy in Sri Lanka who fed his 2 babies because his wife was dying. He stepped in and saved the day. It usually doesn't happen without any drugs, although certain things can happen in the male body that makes it produce more of the hormone prolactin. One of those things is starvation. When women are pregnant, the levels of prolactin in your body increases, but sometimes it does in men too, although that's an anomaly, not an evolutionary requirement in nature. Due to hormones, men tend to stink a lot more than women.
What?
On the other hand, women are better at picking up the scents. According to science, the smell of a man gives women a better idea of who they might be mating with. It's said women find men with high testosterone more attractive, and they can sense this with their olfactory sense. Research has shown that single men tend to have higher testosterone levels than men with partners, which makes sense in evolutionary terms. Okay, on to something new. Something that might stop men and women arguing about turning up or down the heating in the house.
Okay.
Did you know that men generally feel a little bit warmer than women?
Really?
You probably do know that, because there's no doubt you've been in a situation where
I know that old people feel coldness a lot more because the blood flow is slower. I didn't know that there was a difference between man and woman.
he's cold and you're not. There's a simple
That's
reason
wild.
for this other than what you're wearing. Men generally have more muscle mass, and because of that, they burn more calories to fuel those muscles. This creates heat, and when heat evaporates, it warms the skin. As one doctor puts it, men have their own little heaters. Studies shown that women tend to feel the most comfortable in a room that's slightly hotter than a room men feel the most comfortable in. So don't argue, just accept you're different in this respect. And when it comes to skin, men's skin is anywhere from 20 to 30% thicker than the skin of a woman. Men also tend to have firmer skin, which becomes more apparent in older age. This is why women usually get wrinkles before men, and so men often look younger than women as they age. Sorry, women. As one scientist put it, female skin thinning occurs at a significant pace after menopause. Hence, signs of skin aging in older women are generally more pronounced as compared to men in the same age group. Still, there are many factors such as work, stress, and how many days you've been under the sun trying to get a tan or grow some rice. Talking about later in life, men can actually get something that's not unlike PMS. It's called irritable male syndrome, and it usually happens when a man ages and his testosterone levels drop. It might happen at any time in life since testosterone levels do change in men for various reasons. They might suddenly drop and then they might increase, even within one day. When this happens, men might experience fatigue, depression, low self-esteem, anger, anxiety, moodiness. When it does happen in older age and the levels seem to drop for good, that's called male menopause. Still, with some men, they have a gift that keeps
male menopause. God damn
They
it.
can have children at a very late age, even if they might not be the bull on the springs they used to be. In 2010, a guy in India named Mr. Ramajit Raghav had cause to celebrate. He had a child. The strange thing is, he was 94. And get this, he had another child 2 years later. It's actually not uncommon for men to have kids when they're still in their winter years. The age-defying Rubber Legs lead singer of the Rolling Stones, Mick Jagger, had his 8th kid when he was 73. A man might have less chance of having a kid at an older age, but he can still produce testosterone and sperm cells even though he might be walking around with a Zimmer frame. Still, as he approaches those winter years, there will be some changes. He might not produce as much sperm as he did before, and those sperm might not be as good at swimming as they used to be.
Come on, Odie!
It's usually in the
Go!
40s that the quality of sperm takes a hit. Older men might also produce sperm that can lead to abnormalities in the child.
Can people taste the difference,
No man
brother?
likes losing his hair, but it's a fact of life that many do. Word on the street is bald men tend to be more sexual due to what some people have said is the increase in testosterone.
What?
But is this a myth or is it true?
Is it?
Firstly, don't worry, baldies. When it comes to attraction, studies have shown that there are many more things women think about than the mass of hair on a man's head. Some studies have even shown that bald men are seen as more masculine and attractive to women, but that's debatable. Jason Statham's bald head isn't exactly comparable to a man who has a very unsuccessful comb-over. Studies have shown that women tend to be attracted to guys that have shaved all their hair off rather than guys that let hanging curtains decorate their head. As for baldness being related to virility, it's a complex matter. Castrated men who have hardly any testosterone can still have hair, while guys with hardly any hair might have low testosterone levels. Genes are what make their hair fall out, not testosterone. In conclusion, if you're bald, it's your mom and pop's fault, not the fact that you're
just like everything else. Hey, listen, just like everything else, always blame your parents.
Apple? Why do men tend to get bigger ones? The part of the body is made of cartilage and it gets bigger when you hit puberty. Men usually have a larger larynx and Adam's apple, and that's why they usually have deeper voices. But with both men and women, how large those things grow is down to hormones. Hence, some voices are deeper than others in both men and women. As for why men tend to grow bigger voice boxes than Adam's apples, some scientists say they developed this deeper voice to attract the opposite sex and give off more threatening sound to male rivals. Now you need to watch Are You the Alpha Male of Your Group? Or have a look at scientifically proven best ways to kiss.
Best ways to kiss. What the hell? Okay, I got a bigger brain than y'all motherfuckers. Neurosexism, Jesus Christ. Alright, wow, I actually found a lot of stuff I didn't know. What the hell? I didn't know males got bigger brains on average. I heard that there was shit like that. I didn't know that was true though. What the hell? Interesting. Hey, did y'all learn anything new in this video? Let me know down in the comments. And if you did, well, I mean, you did. Congratulations. Anyway, quick thank you to YouTubers and Patreons. Thank you all for the support. I appreciate you all, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye, everybody. Have a nice day.